Hey guys, it's Valentine's Day. Love yourself.
Pay yourself.
Stay tuned for the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest episode of Between Two Erics. How you doing, man?
Good, man.
All right. This is where we, of course, tackle, seemingly complex financial issues. And what do?
Make them simple.
We make them simple, of course. So I'm Eric Miller. I am Chief Advisor, Co-owner, and the Deadpool of personal finance for practice owners. That is this guy right here. Deadpool. And who are you?
I am Eric Gersh, financial advisor, and as always, just a dude. Not this, next week. No, I'm not even going to say that. At some point.
I was hoping you'd come up with something creative.
I spent 30 minutes on Google trying.
And it just did not pay off.
No.
So that was a waste of 30 minutes right there. Okay. So today's topic, it is in relation to this Valentine's Day, right? Oh, isn't that nice? You get to do
So
something,
cute.
You get to do something nice for your wife?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Of course.
of course you are.
I'm going to take her out to eat.
So the topic of today is, this is good, love yourself, pay yourself.
Yep.
Because if there's one thing that we've seen with practice owners is that they never, ever, ever seem to pay themselves what they're worth.
Never.
What we think they're worth.
Rarely. We shouldn't say never.
Not,
But
you're
pretty
right.
rarely.
Yeah, the top ones, of course, pay themselves. But a lot of them don't. They don't pay themselves. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you the why you should pay yourself and how to do it.
All right.
And then some questions that we see that have to do with the mechanics of this. So why should you pay yourself? And when I say that, it's like, I know that a lot of you are paying yourself, but there is a level of risk that you took in order to put this business there.
Agreed.
All right. Owning a healthcare business in today's environment is not a riskless endeavor.
No, by no means.
It is fraught. Is that a word?
I don't know.
know.
Might be.
Okay.
Might not be.
There's a lot of risks involved.
That's a word.
And I think that is. And look, the reason that you got into practice ownership is because number one, you wanted to practice medicine your way. Number two, you didn't want to be told what to do, and you wanted to be the captain of your own ship, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so if you're going to do that, you're going to inherit a lot of risk.
Yes.
In doing that, which is fine. You just have to make sure that the payoff is there for you. So you took all the risk. That's the number one reason why. The other reason is that when you start a business like this, there's usually a loan, there is a building, there's maybe a build out. And what does that mean?
Lots of money.
Lots of debt. So when you look at all of the mortgages all the debt that you needed to start your business, and all the notes that you have to carry right now on equipment and everything, it's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Whose names are on those loans?
Not the employees.
Not the employees. So if you can't pay it, what happens?
You can get sued.
Yeah, they're going to come after you, my point.
Yeah.
So again, going back to you taking all the risk, your name is on all the notes, and a lot of you are personally responsible for all of those. So that's number two. Number three, okay, so what happens if there is a lawsuit?
You're getting sued.
And there is but this is what happens a lot of time. I mean, anytime there's a regulatory audit, how many of those do we get at least once a year?
Oh, probably 3 or 4 a year.
And what do those potentially cost a practice owner?
Oh, we've seen 7 figures.
7 figures, okay? Let's say you code something wrong, or there's some kind of an outpoint that someone finds out when they do a review of all of your facility or of your records, and all of a sudden they find you this huge amount of money.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay for it? Okay.
The owner.
You do. So you're responsible for all the lawsuits, anything that would happen from that end, the compliance of the organization, and then of course you have to deal with all the employee issues. You have to put the company culture there. So there's just a lot of risk that goes along with owning a business. So you got to make sure that if you're going to take this mountain of risk, that there's a payoff at the same time. So you have to pay yourself. Now, you know how to do it?
I think so.
Okay. Well, we're going to see.
so.
We're going to see how you do it. So, How do you pay yourself as a practice owner? A lot of you see patients every day. A lot of you get reimbursed by either insurance companies or just cash-based businesses. So how do you pay yourself?
So really, you got your two main ways. Well, first, I guess we should back up here. You got your three functions, right?
What are those three functions?
You're a practitioner.
Yep.
You're an executive.
Whoa.
And an owner.
Wow. You remember all
I
that.
pay attention.
You do pay attention.
So your W-2 wages, your salary, that's generally enough to pay you just for being a doctor or a practitioner, whatever your day-to-day job is in the practice. But then you have distributions, and those distributions is what makes up for being an owner, being an executive, all of the risk.
Yeah, so as a practitioner, if you're going to do the functions of a practitioner, because I've seen a lot of practice owners that just don't pay themselves, they don't pay themselves production like they would a normal associate.
No.
Right? So you have your W-2, that is your wages. So then you have your executive and your own. What's the owner pay? How do you pay yourself as an owner?
10%.
Ooh, 10% where?
Off the top of the revenue.
Ooh.
So if you make $100,000 a month, you should be taking $10,000 a month for being the owner.
Man, that seems like an awful lot of money. What do you think?
It is, but you know what? Once someone starts paying themselves properly, I've never seen anybody say, you know what? I think I'm going to stop that. Never seen that.
So paying yourself 10% right off the top is your owner pay. That is the pay that you should set up a system where the money transfers to like a wealth building plan outside of the business for the household for the express purpose of creating other income streams.
Yeah, most people just create a checking account, link it to their business checking, and transfer 10% each week.
It's pretty simple. It's really easy to do, and it is, I think, the most successful action that we've ever gotten people to do.
Oh, by far.
You know, because you can see that you can accumulate 100, 200, 500, $1 million in a very, very short period of time.
Yep.
And it puts a demand for making more money on the business because that's an expense that most people never have incorporated in their business.
It does.
So the how is how to pay yourself through W-2 and then generally through profit distributions for maybe executive pay and then of course your 10% as an owner.
Yep.
All of that you should be looking at what like a 25%?
Yeah, I'd say in between 25, maybe even 30%.
Yeah, I would say between 20 and 30%.
A lot of it's industry dependent. I mean, some are going to be higher, but
It could be. Yeah, that's right. It could be. Yeah, it definitely could be. But 20 to 30%, sometimes higher, is how much of the business revenue
should be reaching your household.
should be reaching your household. So if you're not there, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So, and we can help you figure that out. We can show you, and likely what's happening is that your business revenue just isn't enough.
Either that or you're not pushing yourself enough to pull enough out of the business.
Yeah, you're leaving too much cash in the business.
Yep. And it will get spent.
It will get spent on something. So a couple questions on taking this distribution, taking this owner pay that we've gotten before. So the 10% generally for most people is going to be considered, especially if you're an S Corp, is going to be a profit distribution.
Yep.
That's all it is, right? So we just have you take it on a weekly basis. It's just a distribution that you take on a weekly basis. How's that taxed?
Ordinary income.
Okay. So is that a problem?
Not if you plan for it.
No, see, it's the number one question that we get. What are the taxes going to be on this distribution? I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be taxed to you. And for most of you, you don't have a tax problem right now. You have an income problem.
Yeah.
So don't worry so much on the taxes. We'll figure out ways to minimize your taxes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we got plenty of ways to do that. But make sure you set it up first. We'll worry about setting up a tax account later or at the same time so that you can just offset whatever that tax impact is going to be on you. But it will be taxed to you as at your ordinary income rates.
Yep.
But I would rather pay 30 cents on a dollar that I took out, keep 70, give 30 to the government, than pay zero tax on a dollar that I never got in the first place.
Yeah.
See? Makes sense, doesn't it? All right. Another question is, what if I have business partners?
Ooh. You can still do it.
Absolutely.
Your business partner probably likes getting paid.
I'm sure
I hope.
that would make them feel much better.
Usually, I think with partners, it works best when both are on board.
Yeah, I think that's the only way that it works.
Yeah.
So if you're 50-50 with a business partner, just get their agreement and say, okay, we're going to do this, and we're going to set up our own separate accounts. And it's really simple. It's just whatever your percentage ownership of the business is that 10% that goes. Let's say you're a 70% owner and your business partner is a 30% owner. So you take 10% out, you get 70% of that, they get 30% of that.
That easy.
It's just that simple. So it's not a problem at all. It's just making sure that both of you are on the same page of why you're doing it, and just setting up the right accounts so that it can happen.
Yep.
I think that's
it.
Yeah. So look, love yourself, pay yourself. It is to us, it's the most important thing that you can do to really make sure that your household, which is your parent company, is thriving. It is getting itself out of debt. It is creating other income streams. Your practice is an engine to the household. So make sure that you remember that. Your practice is there to serve your household, not the other way around. So you got to set up these systems so that the practice can pay you what your worth is. So I think that's it. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
All right, guys. See you next time.